Welcome to Hindsight Hacking. I'm Corey Carter.
And I'm Ron Cool, and we have talked to hundreds of entrepreneurs hacking their hindsight to give you better foresight.
And now we're bringing you those same great interviews along with other mindset hacks, visibility hacks, traffic hacks, and more to get you all the tools you need to gain more visibility and gain more traffic.
And of course, gain more sales. So head over to gethhm.com/toolbox to get all the free resources to help you get more.
And so, without further ado, let's get to it. What is going on, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to another episode of Hindsight Hacking. And today, you're going to want to dig in. You're going to want to get that notepad, and you're going to want to listen because our guest is the one, the only Mr. Alan Dean. Now, Alan has over $20 million in sales, established author, speaker, trainer, and coach. Now, he started with ClickFunnels in 2019, and the first year did over $100,000 in ClickFunnels affiliate commissions, which was incredible. But some of the most amazing thing is Alan is a giving man. He gave over $26,000 in cash and prizes to his Facebook group agency, if I said that right. And he's the creator of Friend or Foe Chrome extension to help you with your Facebook friends, and Happy Birthday to help you keep in contact. So wealth of knowledge, wealth of information, and I'm excited to have you on board, Alan. What's going on?
What's up, Mr. Corey? Thanks so much for the opportunity, man. Glad to be with you guys today.
Oh my gosh, Alan, I'm super stoked. I know we were able to connect multiple times on a game show and a couple of other places, but to have you on the show, we're really excited. And plus we use your product, so it's super exciting to have you. But for the people that don't know about Alan Dean, can you give a little bit about your backstory?
Sure. So I'll just kind of go to the last half, kind of how I got started in this space. But I've been married for about 15 years. And my wife has worked the same job for over 20 years. And so about a year and a half ago, she came to me and she just said, look, Alan, she said, we have 8-year-old twin daughters and an 11-year-old son. And she came to me and she just said, look, I'm missing out on life with my kids. I get up, I go to work in the morning. I don't get home until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. The kids are going to bed half an hour after that. She's like, I'm not getting to spend time with them. I'm not getting to do homework. I'm not getting to cook dinner as a wife. I'm just missing all of these things in life that I should be getting to experience as a mom and a wife, And she said, I'm just done with it. I don't want my kids to grow up and just continue missing this opportunity. And so, so she came to me and she just said, look, I want to quit my job. I want to quit my job. I want to be a full-time stay-at-home mom. I don't want to work. I just want to, be with my family. And mind you, she was also a 6-figure earner. And so this is not McDonald's salary that we're giving up. This is life-changing money for most people. And so I set out on a mission about a year and a half ago to supplement her income. I wanted to create another source of income to replace hers so that I could give her what she wanted and what she desired, which was to quit her job. And about, I guess about April or so, kind of right around when Corona all started, ironically enough, this year, I had surpassed that, kind of as you mentioned earlier, and I had surpassed her income level, and so she did quit her job a little bit earlier this year, and she's been a full-time stay-at-home mom ever since. And so it's just been absolutely great, and she loves it. I love it. We're getting to enjoy a lot more time together as a family. And so that's kind of what drove me into this space, and sort of what continues to push me forward every single day is just to be able to, like I said, afford her that opportunity to continue to get to stay home.
So good. So good. And something I did not mention when I did your introduction, like you had that 9 to 5, the 3 kids, while getting all the affiliates, while putting over 100 people through a one funnel away. Like how did you figure out the right steps to take? Obviously you had the reason, and that was to get your wife home, but how did you figure out the right steps to find the right 100 people to go through OFA, to give them what they needed, to build that Facebook group to 2,000 plus people? Like where did you go and get started from that?
Yeah, and that's a good point. Up until about a couple months ago, I finally actually released the 9 to 5 that I was still doing myself. And so I'm also full-time stay at home. But up until that point, even at the point when she quit, I was still working a 9 to 5. And so when I originally set out, not only did I want to accomplish this goal for her, but I also wanted to prove to everyone else that this was attainable, because there's so many people that come and they say, I can't do it. I don't have the time, whatever, all the excuses. Right. And so I kind of wanted to show people, as I went through my journey, I wanted to share with them and say, look, I have a 9-to-5 job. I get off early every day because I have to go and I have to pick the kids up from school. I bring them home from school. I do their homework. I cook dinner. I do everything, right? And I'm not taking away from my wife. I'm not saying she didn't help, but just saying I do all of these responsibilities, and yet I still made time to do what was necessary to create this extra income. And, and not just an income, a 6-figure income, and I was able to do that even with all those responsibilities. And so, what matters here is you will put the effort in and the time into whatever's most important to you. What was most important to me was getting her, the ability to quit her job. In order to do that, I had to create the time to devote to what I needed to do. For me, what I got started in, what started the whole thing for me was the One Funnel Away Challenge. That was the first thing that I did. And so my free time started at like 9:30 at night. That was the only, after everybody went to bed and I had some time with her and all that, I was the only time left in my day. Other than that, my day was full. And so that's when I did it. So from like 9 to 11, sometimes midnight, some nights I would work. I would do my One Funnel Away Challenge. I would watch the videos. I would do my homework. I would read, books, .com secrets, expert secrets, read all these books, and stuff. And I would apply what I learned. Go to bed, get up, do my whole thing the next day. And so that's kind of how I did it. But, the moral here, I guess, and the more important part of the answer to your question is, if you are dedicated enough to achieving whatever goal it is that you're going to achieve, then you're going to find the time to put in the energy to do it.
I love everything you're saying right there. So one, making sure you have the time. I think so many people use time as an excuse, and it can be, but that's what it is. It's an excuse because there's always time that you can make if it's important to you. And I love that you figured out a way to replace your wife's income, and then you executed on that way, and look where it got you. Now both of you guys are replaced and you're at home. So when you decided to go full-time in this particular world, what were you feeling? Like, were you excited? Were you scared? Where were you at?
Yeah, I was. I was very excited to do it. I'm happy to do it. I wasn't doing it with trepidation or anything like that because I'm confident, right? And I think that's one of the things that's most important for entrepreneurs is that you've got to be confident in whatever it is that you're doing. If you go into sell whatever it is that you're trying to sell, product, service, whatever, you're not confident in it, then guess what? The people you're trying to sell to aren't going to be confident in you. You're not going to make any sales. And so when I go into things, when I step into things, I step in with confidence, and that's a mindset shift. And we learn a lot about that in the One Funnel Away, plus a lot of great books, and stuff like that, I try to read, but that's a mindset shift where like, I've got to be confident. I've got to be confident that the decisions that I'm making are the right ones for me and my family. And I got to step into that, And so, that was important to me to step into it with confidence. Now, as you mentioned, I've had a successful professional career. So a lot of sales, over $20 million in sales. I owned my own companies in the past, and so I've kind of been around the block as far as that goes, but I just kind of decided that, I was just kind of tired of working for other people, I certainly can do this on my own. I was kind of being lazy the last 6 years or so, and just like, I'll just take a step back from responsibility a little bit, the ultimate responsibility, and just kind of, I was managing a $50 million a year company is where I was working, and had a team of people and all that, but I still a little bit less on the responsibility scale, right? Like I don't have to do bill collection and worry about if people paying me and all this and that. There's still a big company. And so I kind of stepped back, but I just decided that, I was kind of over that and just tired of working for other people. And I have some other businesses going anyways, besides, the ones that we've talked about. And so, yeah, man, just decided it was time, it's time to pull the plug. It's time to go. So we're going to see what happens. This year is going to be the year. So.
So good. So good. So anybody that's paid attention to Ron and I's show, they know that we started on the online path the exact same way. We had the 9-to-5, we found the One Funnel Away, and then we found our way into this space and have been lucky enough to leave our 6-figure jobs as well, to be able to be home with that family, with the kids. And so it's definitely a blessing in that side. But you have far and away had such an amazing amount of success on the affiliate piece. How did you, like, when did you know to work on the affiliate and then have your own thing? Like, kind of get your thought process there. Cause I've never personally had success on affiliate stuff. Ron has had success in network marketing, which is similar, but never to any kind of like degree that I can, hold my hat on. So just tell us through that as far as building your own thing and the affiliate side.
Yeah. So, the affiliate side is actually how I got started. So when I stepped into this space was March of, 2019, I guess, April 2019 is kind of when I stepped in here. And so the first thing I did, as I mentioned earlier, was I took the One Funnel Away Challenge. Very first thing I did in the digital world. I had never done digital marketing of any kind. Obviously lots of sales in my background, but no sales. I say no sales. I mean, I've done eBay and whatever, like most people, right? But true digital products, stuff like that. Like never done any of that. I had no list. I did not know anybody in this space. I didn't come here with 10,000 email lists or anything like that. Like I came here completely alone and I knew nobody. And I started with the One Funnel Away Challenge. And by the end of the first One Funnel Away Challenge, I had made $4,300 in ClickFunnels affiliate commissions in my first 30 days. And the way I did that was I started a Facebook group. The day I started the One Funnel Away Challenge, I started a Facebook group, and it used to be called the ClickFunnels Accountability Partners Group. And so what I did was, as I went through the challenge, I constantly networked and I reached out to people, and I tried to find people that were going through it the first time like I was. And I said, hey, let's go through this together. Let's help hold each other accountable. There's obviously a lot going on here, a lot of homework. Like, this is a crazy program. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. Let's do this together, And so that's what I did. And I did a lot of lives and just kind of shared what I could share with my background in sales and stuff like that. Obviously, I didn't have the knowledge of the ClickFunnels side of things, but I just tried to provide value, as much as I could. And so, as 3 weeks in or so, you got to start a ClickFunnels account. You have to, but that's kind of when they kind of push for the people that are ready to go ahead and start a ClickFunnels account. And so I had a handful of people that were willing to do that. And I think one or two of them signed for like the 6-month or 12-month program, which is where the bulk of that commission came from, a couple of $1,000 commissions off of that. And then I sold some funnel scripts and, some different things. And so, but, the key for me has always been since then and still continues to today is that I'm trying to provide value without expecting anything in return, right? I'm just constantly trying to provide value. And so where it turned for me, as I went through the year last year, I went to my Facebook group. The Facebook group just continued to grow. And mind you, the best way to do this is to be active, right? So constantly be active on Facebook, active. If ClickFunnels is your place, be active in the ClickFunnels groups. And again, I'm not asking for anything. I'm answering questions. I'm providing value where I can or whatever. I'm just being active, right? So people are taking notice of me. They start to recognize the names they see a lot, and all that, right? And so my Facebook group is growing. And so I go to my Facebook group and I say, hey, look, I want you guys to tell me the top 10 or top 20 of your Dream 100, right? The people that you want to learn from the most, that you want to emulate, the people that have achieved the things that you want to achieve. Like, who are those people at the top of your list? Who are they? And I said, and you tell me who they are, and I will go and I will find every one of those people and I will interview them live in this group. And so that you can come and you can ask them any question you want while we're live and, give you that opportunity that you may not otherwise ever get. And so that's what I did. And so I went and I just got everybody, man. I just, I entered Steve Larson and Julie Sonia and Dave Woodward and Myron Golden. And I mean, just like all the big names you can think of, And so I just went and interviewed all these people. I never asked for it. I was never selling anything in the group. I was just providing value to the group and giving them what they needed, or at least what they felt like they needed to grow so they could learn from the people they wanted to learn from, and they could ask them questions and all that kind of stuff. And so that's what I did. And then when offers did come around, then I had a nice loyal tribe of people, a Facebook group of people that were ready to buy from me because look, you've been providing so much value for us. Of course, I will buy a $7 lead funnel or $100 OFA or whatever from you. I have no problem doing that, for everything you're doing for us. And so this was just the mentality that, it has gone the whole time. And then it's just continued to grow even still today. So this last One Funnel Away, as you guys know, this is a brand new One Funnel Away challenge. Russell's teaching it live. It's all brand new training. None of us, even me, has even seen any of this before. So this is a great new training. And I put about 70 people in this round alone. And so that was a great round. And I created another private Facebook group that's just for people that signed up with my One Funnel Away link. And I'm doing training and stuff in there just for those people. So I'm giving them a little bit more of a private, kind of a one-on-one experience with me so that I can help them and try to make sure that they have success as they go through the One Funnel Away challenge. And so those are some of the things that I do and have done over the last year and a half or so to improve my success as an affiliate.
So one, brilliant. So adding the extra coaching on top of that, I know when we went through this, since Corey and I were doing it together, it was his second or third time he went through it before he convinced me to go through it. Mm-hmm. And since it was just Corey and I, like the accountability, like it was easy for me to tell Corey, no, I'm now lost and we're just going to move on. Right. Because there was other things that I was doing and Corey wasn't like, hey, no, you got to stay on track. So I think that's super important, knowing from where I strayed. Right. Now I listened to Corey on the podcast piece or we wouldn't be talking today. But at the end of the day, the funnel piece, like I've come to really love funnels. I didn't like jump in and go, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I know Corey was really excited. It was like, hey, we're going to move everything to online. That freaked me out, but we did it and it's worked out. And I think we went after it very similar to you, where we provided the value first, right? And we wanted to just give without expecting something in return. And frankly, we kind of stumbled into that piece. We didn't actually like go out there with a strategy like that. Somebody needed help. We're like, well, we can add the help. I'm just going to add the value and help him. And I didn't even call it value. The guy was struggling. He needed help. I had an answer. We're going to do the right thing and provide the help. So I think that's amazing. The other thing I want to talk about that you brought up is you asked your audience of loyal followers what they wanted to learn. Mm-hmm. And then you just provided that for them. Right. So what kind of feedback have you got from your people from doing that?
Oh, it was great. I mean, at the time there was nobody else doing it. You know, Josh Forty has kind of been doing it a lot. He started doing it kind of as I was about halfway through interviewing these names, and he's not that he just started in podcasting. He's been doing it for a while, and he's a great guy. And I interviewed him in the group as well. But yeah, I mean, super great feedback. I mean, a lot of people were talking about that, you know, and that's the idea here, right? Is the engagement, and that you want to, as I said earlier, you just kind of want to be known, and not to be known in a bad way, not to be known as, you know, I don't know. You just want to be known as someone that provides value, right? Like if you need help, Alan is the guy. Go talk to Alan, right? If you want to learn from the people that you want to learn from, go join his Facebook group, because you will learn there, and there's nothing for sale there. That's the stuff that I want people to say about me, right? And so that's what they were doing for a long while. Was I was interviewing these people, and then I even had Garrett J. White. He was supposed to come. He ended up canceling on me of the coronavirus and whatever. I may still get him one of these days. He was really hard to get. I actually tracked him down at the airport and to get an email from him to get him to do an interview with me. But
I'm not stalking you, but maybe on your flight today.
I'm not stalking you, but I'm not supposed to be on this plane.
Yeah, well, it was actually at Funnel Hacking Live. We were at Funnel Hacking Live, and I was flying home, and I just saw him in the airport. And so, but he was on the phone. He was just kind of walking in circles like I do when talking on the phone. So I just kind of hung out. I was with my wife, and then I saw some other friends. I saw Rachel S. Lee and some people in there. So I ended up going over and sitting down talking with her for a while because I was waiting for him to get off the phone. And while I'm talking to Rachel, my wife texts me a picture of her and Garrett. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, well, you got him off the phone? Like, you know, what happened? And so I go over there, and then he's back on the phone again. I'm like, but yeah, man, I mean, I was, you know, hey, I was committed, just like we talked about earlier. Like I was committed, like I was going to talk to Garrett J. White because there's no other way to reach him. He's got way too many. I tried for months before that. Like you can't send a private message, an email. Like he's got way too many people between you and him, you know? And so I was like, this is the only way I'm going to get a hold of this guy. And so finally got off the phone. He was in line to board his plane, and then some other guy was talking to him, and I just literally just kind of went over and just butted in. Oops, just hit my desk. Just butted in. I was like, "Hey, man, I just need to talk to you for just a second, you know." So, you know, I was like, "Hey, here's the deal. Here's what I do. You know, this is what I try to do. I try to do this to help people. You know, blah blah. We really love it if you could come on my show. You know, blah blah." And so he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Get your phone out." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, He's like, he gave me an email address. And he said, write this email down. He's like, this is my right-hand man in my company. He's like, you email this guy, and then this guy is like my brother. And he's like, you tell him that we met in the airport and that I said it was okay and that we'll do this. Because he doesn't do this with anybody, you know. Right. And he's like, because he's not going to believe you unless you say this, this, and this, you know. And anyway, long story short. And so we ended up setting it up. And then like literally the day of, or maybe the day before, he ended up having to cancel. And the coronavirus has just been plagued ever since. But I kind of went off on a tangent there. But that's the kind of commitment that I had, right, to provide for the people. I mean, that's who they wanted. And I'm like, okay, if I got to track this dude down at the airport to get an interview out of him, and that's what you guys want, and this is who you want to learn from, then that's what I'm going to do, you know. And so that was my level of commitment to the people and to providing the value that they wanted. And so, yeah, for a long time in ClickFunnels groups and just in Facebook in general, you know, people always had great things to say about that. And yeah, I think it turned out really, really, really well. A lot of, I mean, I just can't even go through the list of people, you know, that I interviewed. So many great names, so many. I mean, I interviewed, when we got back from Funnel Hacking Live, I interviewed the one of the only 2 people that got the full C award. So did $100 million in a single sales funnel. There's only 2 guys that did that, Ariel Brailovsky and Marcus Moore. And I interviewed Marcus Moore in the group. And so that's $100 million through a single sales funnel. That is a brain that you want to pick. Trust me. And so I reached out to him. I have his personal cell phone number, you know, now. And so I've connected with him. Matter of fact, he joined Clubhouse the other day and started following me, you know, and I was like, I didn't even talk to him. I didn't tell him to get on Clubhouse. And so this is the power of networking, you know, and so not only was I providing a lot of value for my Facebook group, but it was a lot of great power for me as well. I was also able to learn, but in addition to that, I was also able to network with a lot of these people and create a lot of relationships that I'm sure are going to continue to help me myself in the future.
Yeah, I mean, this is all about relationships, I think, anyway, anything that we're doing. And so speaking of relationships, you've built a fun little software to help you with some relationships on Facebook. And so a couple of questions about that. One, friend or foe, if you guys don't have it, if you're listening or watching, head over and get it, pick it up. It's a Chrome extension that will save you lots of time. I personally have it, but then I got hacked on Facebook. And so I had to like start a new account. So I don't know, maybe I need to ask, like, can I transfer that? I haven't even tried to transfer it yet.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Just shoot me.
He may know a guy.
Something afterwards and we'll get you set up. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, but tell the
I won't
audience.
make you pay full price twice. I'll give you a discount.
Nice. You get $2
well, tell the audience, like, what is friend or foe? Why do they need it? And honestly, like, the question I'm really interested in is how'd you come up with the idea for it?
So friend or foe was born. I give a lot of credit to Myron Golden. And if you guys don't know who he is or haven't listened to him, you're completely missing out, because that guy is just an encyclopedia of knowledge. If nothing else, go follow him on Clubhouse. And when you see his name pop up, just go sit in a room and listen to the guy talk. I mean, it is insane, the amount of knowledge that this guy has. And so I was lucky enough to interview him, which was also a feat in and of itself, because we're talking about some pretty A-level, you know, guys here. And I consider Myron up there, you know. And so during the interview with him, we were talking about some things. And 2 of the things that he said just sort of really struck a nerve with me. And so one of them was, you know, cliche as it may sound, I mean, we've all heard this, but he talked a lot about solving problems. You know, he's like, your job as an entrepreneur is to find a problem and provide a solution. And that's it, you know, find a pain point and provide a solution for that pain. That's our job. But then he took it one step further and he said, but he's like, I want you to find the fastest path to cash. Don't say that 10 times too fast. Fastest path to cash. He's like, it's great to have big dreams. It's great to have big goals. Okay, I want to hit the 10X award. I want to do this, but you need to find the fastest path to cash to get started, you know? And he's like, so that's what you're going to look for. And once you get on that path, then you can worry about growing and scaling and hitting other milestones and hitting other goals, right? And so I was thinking about that one day, and just literally I was sitting at Facebook and I was looking at my friend requests, because I have them every single day. And I have like 700-800 friend requests. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, it's like, there's no way that I can sit here and go through all these friend requests. Like, my time is entirely too valuable to sit here and vet 700 friend requests. Okay, do I know them? Do we have mutual friends? You know, they have a real picture, you know, whatever. And so I just started looking around at the time. What's that?
Are they trying to sell you Forex?
Yeah, Bitcoin, just all that stuff, right? And so, I started looking around. I was like, well, there's got to be a solution to this. Like, there's got to be a way I can automate this or whatever, right? And so that was initially was my goal. I just wanted to find somebody else that had the product to solve the problem that I needed. I wasn't at the time. It wasn't me trying to create the solution. I just wanted to buy the solution, but there was none. Like there was literally nothing. There was no software. There was absolutely nothing out there to even remotely help deal with this. So then I start thinking about what Myron says, and okay, fast path to cash. I'm sure I can create some sort of, little software that can help me with this problem. And so, I won't, go into the specifics in the long story, but that's how Frienderfo was born. And when Frienderfo started, it was a very, very simple little Chrome extension. It had like one message, you turned it, had a toggle on and off, and that's it. Like it was super simple. And it cost me like $1,200 or something, I think, to build it the first time around, or whatever it was, maybe $1,000. And it was just a super simple thing. You just turned it on, and all it did was every time someone sent you a friend request, it turned around and it responded with whatever this custom message was that you wrote in there. So someone sends you a message like, hey, thanks for sending me a message, blah, 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 whatever, right? Whatever your message you want to say. And so as Frienderfo has grown over the year last year, it's obviously become a much more powerful tool. Now it does Facebook and LinkedIn. Now you can load up to 10 different messages. You can alternate them. You can turn people into followers. You can do all kinds of stuff. And so it's just continued to grow. And that is also similar to what we talked about earlier. Most of the reason that has grown is due to my customers. And so I have a private Facebook group, again, just for users of the software. And so because I like to reward people that are loyal, right? Like I want to create a space just for these guys that's separate from everyone else, right? Like, okay, thanks for putting your trust in me, for your money in me or whatever. Let's have a private place where we can get together. And so I ask these people, my customers, and I say, what features could we add to Frienderfo to make it even better, or make it more user-friendly for you, or, whatever, right? And so I have this whole thread in there for them. And so they go and they put stuff in there all the time and say, hey, what if we could add this feature? What if we could do this? What if we could do this? And so I take every single one of those, and then I sit down with my team of developers, and we say, okay, first of all, is it possible to do what this person is suggesting? Is it even feasible? And number two, if it's feasible, is it feasible and like not cost $1 million? Like, is it reasonable to build this? And every single one that cleared both of those check marks, I built it and put it into Frienderfo every single time. And so that, that's also great about the interaction with my customers, so like, hey, that was my idea, like I was the one that came up with that idea for Frienderfo, whatever, right? And so we have a lot of fun doing that, and do a lot of affiliate contests, give a lot of money, give away a lot of money, a lot of prizes, and all that kind of stuff. And so, but yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
I love it. So you also have, let's talk about your other extension. You have the happy birthday one, right? Mm-hmm. So I know I get inundated with birthday stuff, and then I forget, and it's like 4 days ago. I was like, oops, happy belated birthday. Tell everybody what that extension's about.
So here's the thing, guys. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but on Facebook, the metric of all metrics that defines success is engagement. Okay. The only thing we care about on Facebook is engagement. Like I don't, the picture of you and the puppy dogs is cool, but all we care about on Facebook, if you're on Facebook to make any sort of money, let's change that.
Right.
If you're not, then that's fine. You're probably not the person that's listening to this podcast anyway. But if you're on Facebook to make any kind of money, organic or not, or paid, it doesn't matter. Then the way you're going to do that, or the way it's going to help you, is to drive engagement. Okay, and so both Frienderfo and Happy Birthday, the goal here is to get engagement. So with Frienderfo, I only want people, my personal friends list is reserved 5,000 people. That's all you can have for Facebook friends list, right? We know that. So I can only have 5,000 people. Those 5,000 people have to be people that are going to engage with my content. I don't want window lickers, and I don't want people that are just going to sit there and, that's great. You can follow me if you just want to see what I write and see what my post. But if you're not going to like, comment, and share, then you have no space on my personal friends list. Okay, that's just period in the paragraph. That's the deal. And so Frienderfo helps me do that, right? So Frienderfo, people send me friend requests. If you're not even going to respond to a simple message of me introducing myself and saying, hey, thanks for your friend request, if you're not going to respond to that message, you're certainly not going to like, comment, and share my stuff. Okay, so that's what Frienderfo is doing, and we're just weeding out all of the people that are not going to be super engaging with my content. And like I said, we can turn them into followers, so I'm not losing them. They're just not in that coveted 5,000 spots, right? Happy birthday, same thing. obviously it wishes them a happy birthday, which is great in and of itself. Okay, you know, I don't want to forget about a loved one's birthday or a friend or family member or whatever. That's great. So it takes care of that problem for you. But the hidden agenda and the hidden gem of happy birthday is engagement. So every single day it's posting on your friends' timelines, not in Messenger, but on their actual timeline, and tagging them by name and saying, hey, Ron, you know, happy birthday, and it's your day, whatever. And so and just like Friend or Foe, we can load up to 10 different messages and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm creating tons of free automated organic engagement with my Facebook friends. And some friends, you and I both know, I mean, there's pinned people on your friends list that you probably don't know, you know. And so this opens a door. And I get so many, man. I post screenshots and stuff all the time about people. I have to go through my phone and find one I show them to you. But, you know, people that'll say, man, like, thank you so much. Like, this really just brightened my day that I got this happy birthday message for you, you know. And like, it may sound silly or simple to one of us, but you never know who's on your list that maybe doesn't have a big following. Maybe they don't have people to wish them a happy birthday, you know, whatever. Like, this could literally just make their day. And so these are the things that are valuable to people. And once again, the purpose of both softwares is to keep your engagement up. That's the root purpose and the root intention of why I created both of them. And that's what they're doing at the heart and soul of them.
Well, you know, it's funny, that happy birthday one. I know when I was writing my own messages, every single time it was like, oh, happy birthday, hope you enjoy your day. Right. It was short. It was sweet. It was to the point, but it lacked really any sustenance, right? Like it was just because you have 8 messages that you're sending to people, if you remember it all. And so I remember taking the time, once I had the extension, to actually write a well thought out happy birthday message that, you know, at the end of the day made me laugh. And then I know when it started going out, it was making people laugh. And so I would get the people that I didn't know responding and thanking me, just super happy about the message. My actual family, they thought it was weird, but that's okay. But at the end of the day, like, it allowed me the opportunity to think about the whole message in a much higher, spot, to then have it go out to everywhere. And so the engagement was just right on with what you were doing. And so definitely mad props, love both the extensions. And so, you know, just thinking now, you lots of sales, lots of affiliate, 2 very good Chrome extensions. We're looking at almost 2 years online now, since the ClickFunnels. What's kind of that driving force? What's that? I guess the advice you want to tell everybody, you know, with the knowledge of hindsight, that you're like, hey, if I would have done this differently, I would be here sooner. Or if I would have just skipped this spot, right, I wouldn't have made that mistake. Like, what's that little bit of advice?
You know, I think, and by the way, I think you guys you're in my Friend or Foe, like the partners group, right? I think you are.
I was. My new profile is
because
not.
your new account. Well, you need to get in there, because I have a third software that I've already revealed to my customers. I haven't revealed it publicly yet, but I revealed my third one to my customers, and so I do have a third one that's done now. And this one, I mean, it'll be out really, really soon, so I'm not too worried about it. But this one deals with transforming your copy into a work of art. Okay, so we'll just say that.
Nice.
So you write something, hit a button, makes it very pretty. And so that's what this one does. And I have a 4th extension that I haven't told anybody what it does. And this one, actually, I partnered with someone else on. I had someone that came to me and they said, hey, I want to build my own extension, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't really want to do it on my own. So would you be interested if I give you the idea? Would you just kind of partner with me? And I said, sure. So we're building another one. So I have a 3rd one that will be hitting public soon, and then a 4th one not too far behind it. So just so you guys know, keeping that foot down.
Put that open loop out there.
As far we can't stay boring, right? We can't get comfortable and just be like, all right, I got Friend or Foe, like we're just cruising. Like, I don't want to cruise, man. Like, I want to go, you know. But as far as advice goes, you know, I think that one of the most important things is to remind people that anybody can do this. You know, like, I told you guys earlier, like I came into this space, I didn't know anybody. You know, a lot of people think that they think, okay, if you made a lot of money, then you had a big email list and you went like, I didn't know anybody, like literally knew nobody, absolutely nobody. I was a nobody. I knew nobody. I had nothing to offer when I got here. I just took the One Funnel Away challenge and applied what I learned. And that's all I did, you know, and I was working a 9 to 5. My wife was working a 9 to 5. I had 3 kids, you know, and so I had every excuse in the world to not succeed. The same excuses everybody else. I had all those same excuses, but I chose to, you know, put those excuses aside. I chose to commit and say, hey, look, I have a why, right? A why I'm on this journey. I have a why, I have a who. And so I'm going to commit to making those happen. And so the first thing that I would say is just that anybody can do this. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. There's platforms here that you can use. You know, that ClickFunnels, great platform you can use. They already have the infrastructure. You don't need to build your own funnel builder. You don't need to build your own stuff. You can use what's already there and make great money. You know, Spencer Meekum, you know, Anthony Morrison, these guys have made millions of dollars in affiliate commissions from ClickFunnels, using ClickFunnels as platform. You know, they didn't create their own funnel builder. They just used what was already there. And so, so I think anybody has the potential to do this if you just, you know, I'll finish with the second bit of advice. If you'll just take action every single day, okay? Take action, take actionable steps every day towards whatever your goal is. You got to set goals, okay? We got to set goals, and then we've got to take steps toward those goals. Nobody ever reached the finish line that wasn't moving towards the finish line. You have to move towards the finish line if you want to reach the finish line, okay? And so that would be, I think, the main bits of advice that I would give to people starting that. Don't worry about, you know, I was just listening to Steve Larson about this actually, and it was great advice. He's like, you know, there's so many people that are worried about what step 89 is down the road. They're like, what am I going to do when I get here? He's like, why are you worried about step 89? Are you on step 88? No, you're on step 1. Don't worry about step 89, you know, until you get to step 88. You worry about step 1, and we take one step at a time, and we just worry about what the next step is, and that's it. Don't worry about everything else, you know. And so just take a breath, set some goals, take actionable steps, and move towards those.
No, I love it. So I'm going to transition a little bit to some brilliant marketing that you're doing and branding that I think you're the only person that I've seen do this, and it's brilliant. Be the one in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's your new thing. And I was like, holy smokes, like that seems like that's a no-brainer for like so many amazing brands. And you kind of coined it first. So one, I want to talk about that. And I know it's pushing people to, you know, One Funnel Away, which is again, a brilliant play into that, but walk us through your thought process, how you did it. I loved your hype that you hyped up to it, kind of the whole steps to it, if you would.
Well, you know, it's not just to push people to the One Funnel Away. Just the One Funnel Away challenge was happening right then. The thought processes was genuinely that I want to focus 2021. I want to focus on just kind of helping to motivate people to make this your year, right? Like I'm just so tired of people. They went all the way through 2020 and they were in the same place at the end of the year that they were in the beginning of the year, you know, and they got all the reasons why. And I don't really care what your reasons why. You didn't go anywhere. And so I want to see people go somewhere. If you go somewhere, I'm going with you, right? It's going to be a win-win for all of us, right? So the more people I can motivate to get off their butt and take action and get stuff done, then the more we're all going to win. Because guess what? Somewhere down the road, if I was able to motivate you and I was able to encourage you and inspire you, you're going to buy something you're going to reward me somehow. I'm not asking you for anything, but somehow this all comes back full circle. You'll end up signing up for ClickFunnels on my account. You'll buy a One Funnel Away challenge. You'll buy one of my softwares, something, right? And I'm not doing it because I expect anything in return. I'm just telling you, when you provide enough value, that's what happens. You end up being rewarded, and money will come as a byproduct of treating people right. Okay. And so I just want to motivate and inspire people this year. So I reached out to my buddy, Jim Beard. I see he's on with us and just a super awesome guy. I reached out to kind of both of y'all, but, you know, I wanted to set out to create this video. And I just said, I want to create an inspiring video. And I just kind of want to get people motivated. And then I reached out to all these different friends of mine, you know, that I could think of, and you know, a lot of great people. I think we got, 50, 60 people to just record a little clip that says, be the one in 2021. That's it. There wasn't anything else. And there was no, URL links in the video. The video wasn't to push you anywhere else. I obviously I bought the domain before I did all this, so I have be the one 21.com. But the point of the video wasn't necessarily to push. Now I used, after I released the video, then I said that was one way to be the one in 2021. Is okay, let's start this year off right. We got a brand new training from Russell. Let's do it. Let's do it together. I'm going to join. You can join with me. Let's use this as a way to start the year off right. Be the one. But if you've noticed, and for any of you that are friends with me or follow me on Facebook, I make posts like almost every single day, and I use the hashtag be the one in 2021. I'm not pushing people to the one funnel away. Like I just want to motivate people. And so I'm dropping as much value as I can. See, time is not money. Value is money. I made this post the other day. Value is money. And so I'm just trying to provide as much value as I can. And I'm trying to motivate and inspire people to really, really do good this year. And because like I said, if they win, I win, we all win. And so there's nothing better than winning.
Love it. And that's why you got 70 people this first round of OFA, because you are out there to give that value. But something else that is pretty exciting that I hope people can get if they go to your website, be the one 2021.com, like just look at what the offer is. And there's multiple pieces on there. One, obviously the one funnel away is the best $100 you'll ever spend. But two, the friends that you have, the people that are offering things kind of on there with you, right? Like you've got the Facebook group, you're providing that value, helping keep people accountable and helping coach people. But then you've got other people that gave you something to give with your offer. And I think so many people, when they think about their own, coaching, or they think about their own product that they're selling, they don't utilize the people around them. They don't build an offer with things that they don't even have to put extra time and money in. And so can you just share how did you understand the value of getting other friends involved, the value of getting, other pieces to your own offers? Like how do you really go about that whole process? And what's the advice to give to somebody that has something when it comes to building their offer stack in that kind of way?
And it's just not to toot my own horn, but this is just goes to show you more that I'm sincere in my message, right? And the reason behind that is because I reached out to people, and the people that are on the offers, you'll see, you can ask them. What I said was, I went out and I said, who is struggling to promote their own stuff? Like who just doesn't have a list, they don't have engagement. They don't have a big list. Like you have a product or service, but you're not getting any sales. I want to help. And so this is a win-win, right? So once again, I'm helping them by letting them put their not offers, because we're giving it to them for free, but I'm letting them put their products and services in my funnel, which is going to get them, hopefully, maybe some customers, down the road. And so, but it's also bringing awareness to their products and their service, not just what I'm doing. Like I want to help other people. And so I said, look, my friends, we all came together, and, and there was a lot of people that volunteered. And so I obviously couldn't take everyone. But I wanted to look, and I said, okay, I want to provide something I've never provided in any of my other offers before. I want all brand new stuff other than my share funnels, even though I've got brand new share funnels that I haven't given away before, but other than kind of some lead generation share funnels, which I think everybody should have a small arsenal of that. But other than that, all the rest of the stuff was new stuff. I've never promoted or offered this in any way. So I'm building a brand new offer with brand new stuff, and I'm trying to help other people in the process. So win, 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 win all the way around, right? And so these people are going to appreciate it because I'm helping them bring awareness to their brands and their products and their services. And when, Troy and Luke, they have the Kidpreneur Family Challenge. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of people that are just like me that are family oriented. Okay. So Luke and Troy, so Luke is 12 years old, and him and his dad created this little family challenge. They're like, okay, we'll do this together as a family. So I thought, that's great because that resonates with me. I'm a family man. I know that I would love to do things like this with my children to teach them young, as we go through this. So I was like, that's a great challenge. I know they've struggled to, bring a lot of awareness to what they're doing. So I want to include them. And then, have some other stuff, my friend Heidi, she's a professional copywriter. And I'm like, well, everybody's going to need some good copy, some good emails or whatever. So I got tons and tons of email swipes and stuff like that she donated. And you guys, you can look in the funnel and see for yourself what all's down there. But yeah, that was the goal. The goal was like, I want to create a new offer that's new and that's truly valuable, right? Like I don't want to just create junk. Matter of fact, if you'll notice, I'm probably a little crazy for this. I didn't give away any of my stuff. I didn't give away none of my Chrome extensions or none of that stuff. Normally I would always just give away my Chrome extensions, like, all right, I'll just give you a free happy birthday or whatever. That's what I've always done in the past. But I wasn't even trying to bring awareness to my own products. I think enough people know what I have at this point. I wanted to bring awareness to everybody else. Like I genuinely want to help other people in this year. And I think by me doing that, once again, this is all going to come back full circle and it'll be rewarding for me at some point down the road, I think, by me helping other people. And so that was just kind of my thought process going into this year. And this is my first offer of the year. The first thing, I haven't promoted One Funnel Away in, 6 or 8 months, but this was a brand new one. Russell's teaching it live. And I was like, hey, look, this is kind of special. So I want to go ahead and build a funnel. So brand new funnel, never had this funnel before. It's a pretty cool looking funnel, if I don't say so myself. And, so
yes, it is.
It's a really
so that's how the funnel came to be. That was my thought process behind the funnel. I wanted to stay sincere with the message that I'm trying to put out there. And I wanted to help other people as well. So.
No, absolutely. And that comes through. I mean, I know, just because we know you, how much you care for helping people. And that's just so amazing that I want other people to really understand that through this podcast for sure. And it's just exciting to watch how you're putting things together and just how you've said, okay, I'm going to focus on helping people and really helping them this year. And that actually makes you the one in 2021 as well, because you're doing things a little different. But for people that want to connect with you, like, where's the best place to find you?
My jam is literally my personal Facebook profile. That is the best place to find me. I have Clubhouse and, I don't really, I probably should, but I really just don't mess with my Instagram or my Twitter. I make some posts every now and then, but I'm like just hyper focused on Facebook right now. And so I spend a lot of time there and I make posts like every single day on my Facebook. And most of the time it's just value driven posts. It's something to just sort of motivate you or teach you something or whatever. And so, if you're asking me, then I would say the best thing you could do is follow. You can send me a friend request, but my software is going to hit you up with a message. But feel free to send me a friend request if you want. I'm getting close to being maxed out. But even beyond that, you can just follow me, or whatever. And so that way we're still connected. And hopefully I can provide some sort of value to anybody.
All right, Alan, thanks for providing value for our audience today. We really appreciate it. And for anybody listening or watching, if you're not already in the Facebook group Adgency, AdGency,
this is why he goes first. He has to say all the hard stuff. It's great.
Head on over there and you'll see Alan interviewing, giving tons of value, but interviewing some of the top experts. You could probably just scroll way down and find any of those past interviews of all the amazing people he's had on there. And, Ron and I aspire to have some of them on our show someday as well. But, you can start by going to Alan's group and getting all the value there. So Alan, again, thank you so much. It's been a blast and we will talk soon.
You bet, man. Thanks again for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Woo. All right. So, name of the game. If you don't say anything about value, Ron, and giving value to the people, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. But what do you got for us?
No, I can't because you took it. What if that was one of my 2 takeaways, my friend?
Well, you better hear it. I was probably setting you up.
No, I got like 35 things I want to talk about. So right, I know it's only 2.
Go fast. Go.
No, I know it's only 2. So, and you took value, so I'm not going to talk about value because that was not very nice. But anyway, let's talk about. You can receive all the value, you can receive all these cool things, but it still falls on something you have to do, which is take action.
Yeah,
you have to take action, and that's something that I know we've talked about multiple times, but it's a perfect example. He wanted something. He didn't just hope for something. He took action on what he learned. And that's how it started. You learn something, you take action. Eliminate the excuses, take action. Number 2, and I guess it's not only what Alan said, but what he heard from Myron Golden was the fastest path to cash, right? That will then help you get some money coming in, but then find the actual problem and offer a unique solution to that problem. And
Yeah.
it sounds like super easy, but that's what it is.
100%. And Alan started with, he had his own problem. He went to search to figure out how to solve it for himself and realized that the problem or the solution wasn't out there. So he created the solution. So, and then, my piece, if you genuinely are out to help, then things will come full circle back to you. And I have a tattoo on my back about being genuine. And it resonates with me so much. Like, let's just all go be good people. Let's be genuine and serve, and things come back around if you go at it with the right mindset. So Alan, thanks for sharing so much. It's been a blast. Everyone, if you're not watching this live, why not head on over to our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/now22. And we'll see you on over there.
Guys, thanks for being the best part of the Hindsight Hackers community.